Welcome to the Consistent Performance Podcast. This is Killian, and today it's about why agency owners and ecom owners are overwhelmed. The single one big reason why you, as a business owner, be it an agency owner, ecom owner, are stressed and overwhelmed. So, if you're listening to this, you might be thinking, what could that be? Is it just team is not good? You don't have enough of a team, or you don't have enough information how to get a team? You don't know what to work on, clarity is missing in the business, too many things on the business, too many ideas and too many things on your to-do list, and then just so many different fires to put out. There are probably a lot of reasons that it could be. But in the end, it goes back down to one big thing. And most of the time, it's that you, as the owner, business owner, ecom owner, agency owner, you're not organized enough. What do I mean by that? I've seen that all the time with other CEOs or business owners that I worked with who have so many things on their plate, so many fires to put out, team to manage, people to hire, all of that. But the reason why they are really not doing the things they should be doing to get out of this overwhelm is that they're not organized enough and that bad habits prevent them from doing it. Let me give you one example. The biggest one example is that most people don't consistently do enough deep work. What is deep work? Quite easy. Deep, uninterrupted, focused work on the needle moving tasks for your business. What are that for your business? Hiring people, setting up SOPs, working on the business. These things that grow the business, making sure that you free up time and therefore reduce stress, set expectations, set processes, that everything runs smoother. Everybody knows that this is key. Why is not everybody doing that? Well, because why is there some people who wake up in the morning energized, early, cranking out that deep work, moving the business forward, while others wake up tired, groggy, late, directly opening the phone, directly in distracted mode, and directly putting out fires and little things here and there in the business, sending emails, writing on Slack, da 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 da. And then the hours pass by, it's lunchtime, then the afternoon low comes, and then suddenly, like, it's already afternoon, you're like, okay, wow, I just put out fire today in the business. I'm stressed. And then when will you ever work on the needle movers in the business? Or rather, on the business? Never, if you don't manage that. So in the end, it's bad habits, and it's also lack of organization. What does that mean? Bad habits in the sense that why is it not possible for you to keep your focus early in the morning? Why are you directly distracted? Why are you directly checking the phone? Why are you directly in Slack? Why is it the same for you that you wake up and you feel groggy and tired? You need first a huge chunk of coffee to be able to get work done. Well, it all goes back to bad habits, because back in the evening, you're not shutting down work early enough. You're not preparing for sleep. Your sleep is not good. And then your habits basically is that you have the phone nearby and then you directly check it. You have so many notifications on and so on. Always getting emails, always getting Slack and so on. These are bad habits, and they are also being led back to a lack of self-organization. If you were to organize yourself, that means block out the phone, block out Slack, set proper boundaries, set proper expectations, and then organize your day in your calendar such that the morning hours, for example, are protected, that you're getting this massive deep work done there, then you could protect that and work on that. Most people are just not having good habits and are not organized, so that this deep work never happens. From the moment you wake up, you will inevitably going down the route of checking the phone, being directly in reactive mode. And this is the biggest issue. If you never work on the right things because you're distracted, you will always be in fire mode. But now I hear you say, oh, Killian, but it's so important. I have to check the messages and my team needs me and so on. Well, really? If you start work at 10 or even 9, that might be true. You have to have communications with the team and you have to do other stuff and so on. Okay, get it. But why do you start work at 9? Why do you not get your sleep handled? Why do you not wake up earlier and then get 1.5 hours of deep work done before everybody needs you? And you can't tell me that someone will be mad at you if instead of responding at 8 a.m., you respond at 9:30 or even 10. No, but there's usually nothing that urgent that it cannot wait 1.5 hours. Okay, there might be some emergencies. Okay, totally get it. But for these things, you can use an emergency phone number with a phone and a number that these people, be it huge deals, huge clients, or be it your right-hand person who needs to absolutely reach you because something happened, you can still have that nearby and people only reach you then. So there's no excuse not to have 1.5 hours where you just get needle moving things done. That is the big problem that most people have. So what does that mean for you now? You have to think about how much time are you wasting on low-level tasks that you shouldn't be doing directly. It depends, of course, where you're at with the business, right? Let's say you just have an assistant or a small team. Then a lot of things are still operationally on your plate. Totally get it. Still, you can still, with good habits, block out deep work in the morning and then do that Monday to Friday. And in that time, consistently every day, get a little bit of deep work done until you hire more, until you map out SOPs, until you do all of the stuff that brings the needle forward in the business. And then once you get more people on board, you can start having more people that are taking that over. And once you actually have more people on board, what then becomes important is that expectations and boundaries are set, and that people know who is responsible for what, and how do I take ownership of certain tasks myself without always needing to talk to the owner. Had that with one client of mine as well. There's a lot of things that they just have to come always to him. He's an Ecom owner, and always ask him, and he needs to fix it. That's a problem, because in the end that leads to either micromanagement or them never taking ownership for the tasks. And then you're basically having this culture where people are used to you just solving the problem instead of you empowering them to own the problem and fix it themselves. And you can totally do that with like an SOP library with certain processes and so on. But again, as you can see, what's the root cause? Your self-organization. If you were organized and you set up such an SOP library, you set up boundaries and clearly communicated how things are done in your company, and you do that early enough as soon as people join on board, all of this wouldn't be an issue. All of this wouldn't be an issue. So the more team members you have, the theoretically easier it would be for you to delegate properly, because you have more people, if they're great people, that could take over stuff from your plate. On the other hand, of course, if you're just starting out, there's more things happening on your plate operationally that you still have to do. It's easier to delegate because it's clearer who takes over what, but still more is on your plate. But in both cases, if you protect deep work, which is only being limited by your bad habits, which needs to be fixed, and if you self-organize yourself well, the day structure, what to work on, what time, and also the proper boundaries with your team, proper communication, all of this can be solved. So the main problem is stress and overwhelm is you want too many things at one time, you have too many projects going on, you're not very clear what the focus should be, and then organizing yourself on a daily basis to crank out that deep work that moves the needle forward on that priority right now for your business. That is usually the biggest issue, why people are not, why people are overwhelmed and people are stressed. And then you can, if you look at the bad habits again, part of that what contributes is then, of course, you don't make time for exercising, you don't make time for breaks, you just obsess over business all day, you never shut off. These are things we talked about in detail already. That contributes to that. The root core is bad habits plus bad self-organization. Okay, that is the thing for you as a leader to fix, because then you will lead by example. You're having a culture of ownership, a culture of focus, a high performance culture in your team. And then people take over stuff from you. They take things off your plate, and it's much easier for you to be less overwhelmed. You have more time working on the business, more freedom, more time, more energy, less stress, and growing the business to those high 7, 8 figures, depending on what business you have, and enjoy the journey along the way. Okay, hope that was helpful. If you want more tips on that and want to have help how we can make that happen for you individually, then go to kilianmarket.com, book in your free assessment and discovery call, and then we will come up with a game plan with you to help you achieve all of those things for your business. Hope that was helpful, and then see you on the next episode.